doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up? How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up?
Hey, what's going on, y'all? Brothers Breaking Bread podcast in the house. Hey.
We'll have a little potluck. Have everybody over. It'll be good.
Yeah, let's make it happen. Let's not just talk about it.
This is a beautiful thing, man. Just all this blackness, and we all just getting together. We playing dominoes, we eating, we drinking.
And, you know, food is always just the extra, man.
They deprive these people of their basic human rights. You know, and we call ourselves Americans. We're supposed to be above all this.
They'll fake the crisis. They'll make it seem way out of proportion.
We brothers, we breaking bread.
How y'all doing? We out here, chilling in the spot. What up?
Trying to hold it all together, man. Life is moving fast right now, man. So it's good to have everybody come through.
I love that, man. I love it a lot more than I could say to you guys.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean, this is something new. But what about the Texas Rangers dragging niggas down the street? Hold on, let me play this video real quick. Ooh, the video. They take the video off. Ooh, it's like no. They won't let nobody.
I don't want you to watch it.
They said no. Too many people
Check it out.
there.
I don't know, man. You know, shit. We can probably talk about it. Shit,
we ain't get too deep into it, but I think it's more of the optics of it.
It's bad optics.
It's
very bad optics.
This man may be guilty. He may have whatever he's alleged. I think he's alleged of like trespassing. All
Yeah,
this
it was
stuff.
something real simple too, like trespassing or something. I think he's a homeless cat or something, isn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah.
So he's probably at a business restaurant trying to beat the heat because he's down in Texas and 10 meters down Texas right now.
Yeah, Galveston, so he down on the coast.
He sent me something today in his car. It was like 2 o'clock. It was 112 degrees, nigga. So I get it. You trying to get out the heat.
He was trying to beat the heat. Anyway, hey man, I just want to know if the Galveston police officers all ride on horses or if they have any actual cruisers.
Well, they have. I think.
Do they have cruisers? I mean, because normally what happens if a motorcycle cop has to arrest you, he doesn't drag you alongside his motorcycle.
No.
On a road.
He calls
a cruiser to come pick you up and take you to the station.
Yep.
That's all I'm saying.
No, and that's what the chief is saying.
How else was you gonna get this man to the slave auction?
Obviously, that's where he was going.
That's what it looked like, dog.
It didn't look like he was going to jail. They were parading him down Main Street.
They probably had speakers on the back of the horse talking about Django. Django.
They were on horses, and I think didn't the officers have cowboy hats on or something?
No, they was in full beat a nigga up regalia, dog.
Yeah, because they wear cowboy hats. Oh yeah. This is
all bad.
It's awful.
It's all bad.
Awful. It's terrible.
I mean,
It's tone deaf like a motherfucker.
Absolutely.
At some point in time, you gotta go. Yeah, this is by policy. This is okay, but this ain't okay. We need to call the cruiser in.
I think this speaks to, we talk about how Trump is emboldened, racists and bigots and whoever else, supremacists. I think he's emboldened police departments too.
But yeah,
his rhetoric that he just basically says, "I give you carte blanche to do whatever you need to do."
What was it? Was it?
You'll get no arguments from me.
Was it a year into his presidency when he had some press conference and he had all the police officers there? He's like, "Oh yeah, rough him up a little bit, give him a little extra as you put him into the back of the car." Like what? Nigga, you just saying that out loud?
Yeah, he basically just said, "Go ahead and police brutality is good with me. In fact, I encourage it."
Yeah.
Not only am I not opposed to it, I encourage it.
True.
And I think it's reflected in this is what cops have always been there, but I think it's even more on display, and they're less because they're doing people thought about the body cams were gonna help solve this issue, but it just exposes it more, and they just keep doing it. They don't care about the body cams being on.
Well, even with the body cams on, I mean, it don't matter because even this.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't. It's not helping. It doesn't discourage officers from misconduct.
Nope.
They do it anyway.
They do it. Yeah. Exactly. So yeah. So I mean, yeah. Bad.
That's all I got to say on that one.
Yeah. What about you, Joe? You still there, Joe? Hit that button.
He's on mute right now.
Hit that button.
No, my bad. Yeah, I'm anti dragging niggas down the street.
Anti. So. You heard it here today on Triple B podcast. We are anti tying niggas to horses and taking them to the Old Town Road. Despite the meme I put on James's post.
I don't know this nigga did.
To the Old Town Road.
Your boy said refreshing.
Ride till it can't no more.
So they took it too far. I got the niggas in the back. Ropes on they neck.
Right. Ropes on they neck.
Niggas can't tell me nothing. They can't tell me nothing. Oh, I'm gonna take my slaves to the Old Town Road. We're gonna drag until we can't no more. Sorry, my bad.
Remix.
Right.
That Trump
really want to get on this one.
That Trump.
Right.
Trump come in with a verse. Yeah. Anyway, I can't do Trump. Mic check. Where the 16-year-olds at? Anyway, okay, so we talked about some old things that are new. Let's talk about some new things that are old, I guess. Democratic debate. Y'all been watching this shit?
Nah, I've been catching the highlights here and there.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, the highlights. I ain't sat down and watched them.
It's too many people. It's like, and I hate the way CNN has been doing it, man. Like, I just don't.
It's like the worst version of Survivor, dog. It's like some Survivor Jerry
Battle Royale.
People on stage that it's not even. They don't even get a chance to finish a thought because they get cut off.
And it's all sound bites.
So it's like everything is a half statement in a rebuttal, and they call on people that ain't even. Man, in the last one they called on some dude, and I'm like, who is this dude? Why they keep calling on him? We don't even know who he is.
Hey, your homeboy dude to play is it bass? I know he's a big fan of Andrew Yang.
Oh, my boy at work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I said he made it.
Yeah. So I mean, he actually has something to say, opposed to some of these other ones.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know the one that be killing me though? Who's the one that be talking real elaborate and?
Oh, you talking about I don't know if she made it, man.
Talking about we need love and all that kind of stuff. We ain't gonna make it without love.
Shit, I know you're talking about. Ooh. Is it Tulsi Gabbard?
I think it's Tulsi Gabbard.
Yeah.
No, it's not her. It's somebody else.
Tulsi Gabbard's the
I just know that she started off. She made one statement that started off good, and then she started talking about, we need to reach down and find that love. Deep inside, she sounded like she was going to church for a minute. I'm like, I don't think this is the right one for that.
Masturbating? No, she's talking about getting pregnant. I'm trying to find her name. I know, yeah. Tulsi Gabbard's the one that tried to chin check Harris.
No, I would say that she's the one that tried. That might be the same one that pulled out Kamala Harris's record on her.
Yeah, but yeah,
same woman. I think. I'm not sure, man.
I think it might be somebody different, but yeah, she.
I don't know. It's too many. Like I said, it's too many people.
But now everybody's saying that she's a Republican operative and all this shit like that. It's just the fake woke niggas is just in full effect, dog. It was some nigga on Twitter like that. Like I mean, like it was something I tweeted, and then a person I'm cool with on Twitter like was like talking, and some dude came in out of nowhere, and he was talking about all this other Obamas, the owner of the slave ship, and all. I was like, nigga, just die and go away. Just go away. Why are you bothering me? I don't care about you. He probably had Russian bot anyway. Who knows? But anyway,
we're gonna get banned from Twitter.
Yeah, my bad. Probably. Currently, 9 candidates before we even get started.
They are booting us on Twitter like just.
I've been booted twice. I've been suspended twice, bro.
That's right. You have been suspended.
Yeah.
And nigga currently suspended.
No, I'm not.
Probably back.
I'm back. I'm back like cook crack.
Because I thought you was going to get the new show suspended before that motherfucker even got off the ground.
Hey, I be trying to stay off that Twitter account. I just be reposting. I'll be like, ooh, I don't want to get it. We just starting. We just new. So currently, 9 candidates.
I used to know this one cat on Facebook. I know him in real life too, but like he got banned like every 30 days he got banned again. Like he come back after 30-day ban and he get banned the next day. So he was only on Facebook for 1 day at a time. He probably
got throwaway accounts.
He did.
He got burner accounts.
Yeah, but he was getting them banned too.
Ooh, damn! You can't get the burner accounts, man.
Right. He was just putting just outlandish shit. I'm just like, dude, you know they gonna suspend. And every time we do it, I was like, you just trying to get suspended again. You trying to see how fast you get suspended again. He like a dude that been in jail so long he can't live life outside of it.
God, he's like, I don't know how to deal with these real people. Let me get banned again and go back to watching TV.
Again, so I can go back to what I'm comfortable with. Yeah, Twitter and Facebook jail.
But let me show you the lineup. Currently,
institutionalized.
Right, exactly. Who's left?
Currently, 9 candidates qualified for the debate number 3. Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, Elizabeth Warren, Kamala Harris, Peter Buttigieg, Beto O'Rourke, Cory Booker, Amy Klobuchar, I don't know, and Andrew Yang.
Okay.
3 more candidates, Julian Castro, Tom Steyer, and Tulsi Gabbard have made some significant progress to qualifying, though it's not clear if they'll make it. And it's weird though, like they want to get money out of
and what's left is too many for me.
No, that's
well, we are a long way from the shit though, man. We ain't gonna be fucking having primaries till January.
I'm saying I don't, and that makes me say, why do I need this many debates?
Yeah.
So you be well prepared.
Oh man.
And we got a 24-hour news network, nigga. We need to fill up shit to talk about, man.
But the part that gets me though is like, let's get money out of
these dudes.
Let's get money out of politics.
Argue with each other.
Go ahead.
The format's terrible.
Yeah. But the part that gets me though, let's get money out of politics, but you have to have a certain donation amount.
I think so.
Yeah, you do.
Well, no, I don't think it's a donation.
No, it's not certain donation amount. You have to have so many people donate.
It's got to be donations from certain amount of people.
Yeah, I think that's it.
To me, that means they went, instead of saying donation amount, they just said people.
Yeah, so if you got 100,000 people that gave you $1, you qualify.
Yeah, I bet you there's an asterisk by that shit, nigga.
Yeah, so if you get, it's based on, I think it was like 70,000 donors, something like that. And then you got to be polling at maybe, like 2% or better, 3%?
Yes. So we'll get into the fine print below, but the guess is that candidates have to hit 2% in 4 recent polls from a specific list of organizations, and also get donations from 130,000 different people. By contrast, to get into the first debate, you had to hit 1% of 3 polls, or get donations from 65,000 people. Each threshold was lower, and you didn't need to meet both of them.
Yep.
Dude, I'm not opposed to raising those standards so we can cut a little more.
Well, they will, but I mean, Dude, we haven't even got to Iowa, man. Let the voters do some of that shit.
I guess.
And so what I read in that article...
I'm not saying, but wait, you ain't got to drop out the race. You just can't come to the debate.
Well, I'm going to tell you what's going to happen, nigga. The fucking... What the article said was they're going to have another one in October where they're going to have the same standards as this one, but that gives you an extra month to get to those totals. So we might cut it down to 9 or 11 people this time. You might have 5 or 6 more people qualify for the next debate. You know what I'm saying? So we might bounce back up to 15.
I'm gonna hate all these niggas by the time.
The ones that's trending down are gonna keep trending down.
Was it Kirsten Gillibrand? Is that the one that was speaking real exotic? Or Marion Williamson, I believe.
Oh wait, that might be her. The one that was that be talking all flowery. I think that's her.
Oh yeah, author. Yeah, that is her. I believe somebody.
Yeah, that's her. Oh man,
I believe somebody was saying.
Okay, that makes a lot more sense.
Somebody said her claim to fame was that Oprah likes her.
She speaks like she's writing a book.
Yeah, someone said her claim to fame was that Oprah likes her. That was her thing. I forgot who said it. Somebody on Twitter said
every time she starts off talking about like something like policy wise, and it turns into like, but we need love first. We got to have love. Where is the love? I think the Black Eyed Peas said.
No, we should have had Toni Morrison run.
Ooh,
she ain't stupid enough to run.
She be in that same ring. She be in that same area.
It's like they ain't gonna never get Michelle to run. She ain't dumb.
Shit, she ain't dumb. My boy Colin Powell said no.
She living the good life for real now. So why would she give that up to run for president?
Same reason.
Nigga Trump did it.
Through that hell.
Cause he's stupid.
Right. Look at who you talking about.
And he know that he get the Same reason why Colin Powell said shit since that motherfucker became president. Like, oh fuck this nigga. So yeah, that's
it.
9 people plus 2 more, maybe 8 more who might get in.
All right, so pick your horses.
Like I said, dog, it's hard for me. Let me see. Cory Booker, no. I don't. You know what? I gotta look up more Andrew Yang, but he ain't gonna make it. He
yeah, that's Andrew Yang. I think Andrew Yang is a smart dude and has good ideas, but he ain't got a chance. He can't get quarter numbers.
I don't know. This motherfucker was so fucking fatalistic. What do we need you for? He talking about we need to start moving people to higher ground. He said it's too late. He also busted rhyme shit. There's only 5 years left.
I mean,
lay you on your face and beat you in the hand.
To the flood levels. I mean, he may not be completely off.
I mean, I understand, but shit, I don't know, man. That type of leadership, I don't know.
Sun is going to explode tomorrow. Vote me.
I think that's a real thing to consider. That I mean, if we don't get a fire under our asses with this environment thing. I mean, it's getting worse. If you have, I mean, it's not.
I don't disagree.
Yeah, I'm saying so. Maybe that's what's needed. Because all the talk about it's not that bad and we got plenty of time. It's not true.
Nah,
we're seeing the results. It's happening now.
Yeah, we got flooding going on here in the Midwest. You got fires going on.
The temperatures, are higher than ever in certain places. Now if something isn't done, it's going to get to the point where places that are livable now won't be livable anymore.
Hey James, I got a fix, bro. We'll just stop selling video games that have fire in them. There we go.
Oh, hey, but while you bullshitting, that's what your boy wants to do. Ban violent video games.
We talked about that earlier. Yeah.
Well, that makes all the sense in the world.
Like that meme I put up. So the KKK was playing Call of Duty back in 1870.
Right. Dude, we've been playing violent video games since Contra.
Nigga.
But they had the same video games in foreign countries.
Yes.
And none of the
because the video game capital is Japan and they don't have no shootings.
But they do have some weird sexual tendencies, though.
I mean,
yeah. That is the home of tentacle porn.
Hey, at least they ain't killing people.
That's the home of tentacle porn.
Sexual shit, but they do. They have some. Japan got some weird repressive.
Yeah, they do. That's a whole nother episode, a whole nother topic.
They ain't in the streets killing each other. So I mean,
they're not.
You got to give them credit for that.
What's their suicide rate though?
Oh, it's very high.
Okay.
Yeah. They kill them. Hey. Better you kill yourself than kill somebody else. Somebody got to die.
That's true.
If you feel like somebody got to die, better do you than to do somebody else.
Yeah.
It's preferable that you don't do yourself, but you got to do somebody.
No, I agree. It's just the other extreme, us in this very open and 15 minutes of fame society, and then the other repressive society, and you see the outcomes different ways.
Yeah, I'm not saying Japan's not fucked up, because it is.
Oh, we humans. We all fucked up, bro.
We all fucked up. Dude, Japanese television in general it's super weird, man. It's real weird.
Yeah, and we just as weird. We got a learning channel that has nothing of education on it.
Right. Hey, dude, I saw that shit. What's it? Naked and Afraid? I know this is not new. It's new to me though.
Yeah.
Where they like leave you out
naked
for like 2-3 weeks or something?
In the woods.
Yeah.
No, don't do it.
First of all, I want to know who the hell is volunteering to do this.
People don't want to be on TV.
I'm saying, who said you can't pitch me that and be like, oh yeah, hell yeah, that sounds good. I'm down for that.
Butt ass naked in the woods? No.
Butt ass naked in the woods with like a rock.
I don't want to be fully clothed in the woods.
Sharp rock.
No, Lady Lavender got me watching. What she got us watching? The 90 Day Fiance. I can't. It's like
I heard about that one.
I can't stop watching it, bro. It's the worst. It's the worst car wreck ever. I can't stop watching it. I am that nigga who is backing up all the traffic because I can't stop looking at the people on the ground who have exploded because of the car wreck.
I don't even know exactly what's the actual concept.
Well, there's two versions, right? So there's a version where there's the Americans who find love overseas. So they move and they have 90 days to be married, and then there's a version of people who come from overseas to the states. We have like stricter immigration laws, of course. So it's like they come here on this like a K1 or V1 visa, and basically have 90 days to be married. So just imagine there's all the fuckery with that. And then she had, and then also, and she got me into like, what is it? Like Married at First Sight. It's been on for a while, but that's her guilty pleasure. So y'all can give her a hard time when she finally comes on the show about it. But like, yeah, I can't stop watching it. It's like, why would you be on TV doing this? Yeah.
15 minutes, man.
Yeah, it's crazy. All right. But yeah, I'm sure
have we run through everything?
Huh?
Have we run through all the topics?
We have one more.
Nope. Gotta talk about the Rich Paul rule.
Yep. So I was about to say. So we got our lineup for our Democratic Party debates, and then
Y'all still ain't picked y'all candidate though, man.
I'm not picking.
What did he say? What did he say?
I'm not picking.
Why you not picking?
Because I ain't decided yet, so I'm not picking.
Well, give me your top 3. Who's looking good?
Sanders, Warren, probably Harris.
That's the same 3 I gave Rodger beforehand.
Yeah, that's what I said.
I think I put Harris first, Sanders, then Warren.
Any of those 3. Joe needs to just go away.
Yeah, Uncle Joe.
He ain't going nowhere. He's going to be there at the end.
I don't know. That motherfucker had that gaff today.
Man, his numbers are strong, though, man.
Yeah.
He got Obama. He got the...
What do you say? Hold on. He got
Obama. That makes him damn near bulletproof with black people.
His black friend is the most famous black friend to have right now.
Right.
I mean,
his numbers are very strong with black people, and that's something a Democrat has to have.
Is that why? That dude was just too goddamn old to be president, man.
But you gotta say the same for Bernie.
That's age discrimination. I'm ageist.
You gotta say the same for Bernie then. I think they're around the same age.
They probably are.
They are.
But he don't act it though. He don't act like it.
Sharper to me. I mean, keep it real,
bro. I'm just saying, if you're gonna flat out say age, then people, the rebuttal will be that. That's what I'm telling you.
I feel you on that. But I'm in agreement. I think that Bernie seems to be a lot sharper than both Trump and Biden, who are similar age. You know, and for me, I think their deal for and out, which probably makes it more interesting who the running mate gonna be. Because like you said, you don't think Warren gonna make it. I think Warren's gonna be whoever doesn't make it. Warren's gonna be the VP, the running mate.
I can see that happening.
Maybe.
Because that's what your boy said. Booker said, man, we're not gonna have two men on the ticket.
And the truth is, like, policy wise, Warren knows policy better than all of them.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's why I like her. That's why I say I like her more than others. But she ain't got.
She knows that. Warren's a real smart chick. I don't want to call her chick, but I mean, like, she knows the system and the policy better than most.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. That's why I like her. But she just ain't. She don't have the base. It's
getting better for her.
No, it's getting better. But I'm talking about as of right
Bernie,
now.
Nobody knew who the fuck Bernie was until the debates last go around. You know what I'm saying? I think as the pack starts to thin down, if she's in the final five and she starts saying what she got to say, she got a little more chance to say it.
But I would say people are stupid not to know who Bernie was. Like one of the oldest serving members in the.
I did not know who Bernie was until he ran for president.
Okay, my bad.
I knew who Bernie was, but I did not see him running for president. I had heard Bernie Sanders' names over the years.
I agree with that statement. Yeah.
But I didn't see him running for president. He wasn't a standout choice. Because of course I knew he was old. That's the first thing I was like. When his name came up, I'm like, Bernie. Damn, ain't Bernie been around since the 80s? How old is he?
Nigga been in politics since the 60s, nigga.
Right. Even longer than I thought, yeah.
Like I said, those three are...
I do got one. Did Beto O'Rourke just fool us all?
They ain't even know the name?
Because Beto seemed like he went off, like, you know, when he was running against Cruz, he seemed like he was saying all the right stuff. Now he just be sounding like a lunatic.
Well, what are you talking about with the shooter situation? When he told media.
Even that was a little bit. That was almost what's his name? The dude's. Who's the dude that was like, we're going to Michigan? And
you talking man? But he didn't even. That wasn't even crazy though. Dog. He got painted as something crazy.
In Minnesota.
That's just a bad microphone, and then they play that shit out, dog. Like, yeah, he talking about Howard Dean.
Howard Dean.
My real point is that it seemed like Beto had trouble controlling his emotions.
Well, shit, nigga, he's in his hometown and just got shot. Probably the Walmart he shop at.
I know that, but he's running for president.
Yeah, but that's what's bad though. Like, you can't show emotion.
In this day and age, the game has changed. Nigga, that was the game 5 years ago. That's not the game now. Fucking Trump has changed that paradigm, man. Now it's like
now with Democrats,
you can do what the fuck you want to do.
Democrats, man.
Because I think he
has not changed that. With Democrats, that's part of the problem, man. Is that the Republicans don't care how the candidates act. They just want them to do what they want them to do, policy wise. Democrats want an angel. Democratic voters want an angel. They want a priest. Well, not a priest, but they want a monk. You know, someone that says all the right things, does all the right things, has a perfect record, which doesn't exist. But that's what they really want to run.
Well, yeah, you have purists who are like that. But I'm not saying, I think that
bunch of men are like that.
There's a bunch, but I'm saying there's a bunch of people who saying we need a Trump for the Democrats. There's people saying we need somebody who
vote because they didn't vote last time.
And I don't disagree with that.
Right.
I don't disagree with that.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying, that Trump really hasn't changed the game. He hasn't changed the game with Democrats.
I'm saying to you, I think he got a bump off of that.
I didn't personally have a problem with it, but I don't know if it's going. He's already, for a guy that's already struggling as much as he is, I just don't think it helps him.
I think that's getting circulated. People are like, man, they seeing the passion in that. I think he's getting more looks off of that than he was getting off of his policy speeches.
Yeah, well, he better quit climbing on the table and stuff, though.
No, he can't. Now I'm gonna say this: he can't do that shit over and over.
But that was just kind of the latest thing.
So what was the other one? I don't know about.
You didn't see when he was climbing on top of tables and all that, and acting like he was some kind of rock star and talking about I was born for this and all that sort of thing.
Well, he was a rock star.
He wasn't a rock star. He was in a band.
I ain't a star. He was in a band. I'm saying he was in a band. He did that shit.
He had DWI. He had some arrests. An arrest that's on record. It's all right.
I'm just saying that's all stuff people will use against him. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, but they all got things they're gonna use against him. You look at that whole list, and everybody got something.
He ain't got nothing to counter.
Let me ask you this real quick. So if they used that against him, that he was on table pretending to be a rock star, or he cussed when his hometown got shot up by a lunatic.
He doesn't have the
so when he get into so he's going against the other dude who ain't got the temperament, who's already the president, who grabbed him by the pussy, and who told him to rough him up, and that's exactly,
and because Trump, and that's another thing, the people that are really anti-Trump, they don't want to see somebody else get in there that acts just like him.
Yeah, but there are a lot of people. I will say there are a lot of people on the
behavior. They don't want that.
There are a lot of people on the Democratic side.
Beto's not that.
Beto's not that, but Beto looks out of control.
I wouldn't say he looks out of control.
He seems like he's impulsive, can't handle his emotions, and that's not somebody that people want as president, especially now after Trump has done all he's done.
So he's a candidate from Adjustment Bureau. He's fucking Matt Damon out this bitch,
something like that. But I'm just telling you, I don't have no issues with him for the most part, but I don't think he's the same guy I thought he was.
Yeah, I mean, my opinion ain't changing much either. Just a new up and comer, and that's what it is. So
we'll see. I don't think he'll be there again, though.
Yeah, I think he needs to go back and run for Congress again. I don't know why he's not in Congress now.
Well, he lost.
Well, no, the Senate seat, but I'm talking about the House.
Yeah, I'm not even going to go down that road again.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 12 o'clock. We'll be able to
right, exactly. Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna take my heart to the... Okay. Yeah, so that's good. So we'll definitely be keeping an eye on this on Triple B Podcast. So you brothers, well, I know Joe has this latest ruling that came down from the NCAA.
Is that a ruling or is that a suggestion?
Well, here they have. Let me see. They with the Rich Paul rule. So I think it might be a suggestion, but they're calling it the Rich Paul rule. So it might be a thing that might mislead you. Let's see here. Only basketball must adhere to the new NCAA mandates. It might be a rule. The actual text doesn't mention race. Nevertheless, the right is not just written on the wall. It's been carved out. It's race-neutral rule that isn't race-neutral. This comes with historical precedents that the NCAA knows all too well. So let me dig deeper into this. So it looks like it might be an actual rule.
Yeah. Well, it applies specifically to people who are testing the waters on the NBA draft as opposed to people who have declared. Is that the deal?
Let's see.
You trying to get some advice on whether or not you should go?
Ooh. It is a rule. So the new regulation require that agents interested in representing players who are considered declaring for the NBA draft now must have a bachelor's degree, be certified with the National Basketball Players Association for at least 3 years, and take a comprehensive in-person exam at NCAA headquarters in Indianapolis. Paul, who never attended college, is one of the many agents affected by this rule, but unquestionably the most prominent. There's a rule.
It is a rule.
That's fucked up. Because one of my podcasts, High Five started a podcast, shout out to them, they were talking about that. They were talking about how a lot of like, not just black, but like coaches from like lower socioeconomic backgrounds who don't have the connections and how they can like, of course, it was the best case scenario of like dudes who really care about basketball, how they come up through the ranks, where it'd be just locally with a team, and then from there high school, and then from there have a good high school program, get on as an advisor to maybe a small, maybe NCAA 3, Division 2, or a small Division 1 college, and then from there kind of build up, and how this would kind of like, you know, it's just weird. It's weird. The bachelor's degree, it's just weird. I don't know. It does seem, especially in light of the amount of pull and power that Rich Paul has. But then the NCAA has their own problems too, especially with this federal investigation that continues to be ongoing. This is the route they take? That if you got a bachelor's degree, you'll be good?
To me, I understand what they're trying to do. Or I guess in theory,
yeah,
is protect these players from getting misrepresented by people who are not qualified, and make them go through a certification to make sure that they are quote unquote qualified. But whereas we know the certification really doesn't do that, make you qualified. But I guess it thins down the herd to where you're more likely to be qualified. But to me, I don't know. I think I'll put it this way: the video I put up was the Young Turks that talked about it, and they were discussing how it's elitist.
Very much so.
Especially when most of these people who are in the NBA these days did not graduate from college before they went to the NBA. There's a small minority of people who did that. Mm-hmm. And basically it's telling all these NBA players that you are not, I guess, mature enough to make decisions because you didn't graduate with a bachelor's.
But I think the biggest tell is, like I read earlier about reinstate, only basketball must adhere to the new NCAA mandate.
No, not the sport that's like 90% black.
90% black. But also you look at it though too, it's also a sport where you've seen that, because we get Damon on here too. We talk about it in our little chat groups with some friends, where basketball also seems to be a sport where players have more say and more power, or allowed to be more open as far as like the social stances and things of that nature, where NFL, they just lock all that shit down. You don't say nothing.
Yeah. you got these niggas running the asylum.
Basically. But you see over there, I mean, I'm sure the NBA has some of their little hidden things going on too, but as far as the face of it all, it seems the players are promoted and allowed to be more open and vocal. So it's a very weird stance by the NCAA here.
Well, my thing is this: if James is qualified to go out and be an NBA player without a day of college, if 50% of the draft is good to go after 1 year of college, and go on to become excellent
basketball players
at their craft, I don't understand. Yeah, basketball. I don't understand why we can't have an agent that travels a similar path. Now, if you want to make sure that they have a bachelor's degree, whatever, I think that could be a qualification. But I think somebody like a Rich Paul, who's obviously been doing this since LeBron was a rookie, like in 2003, right?
Right.
I think there should be some sort of equivalent, because if he's been in the industry doing the work for this amount of time, what's the degree gonna do for him that he hasn't already done? I'll put it this way: I'd say somebody like a Rich Paul should be grandfathered in. Now, if you want to make that the case for all upcoming agents, maybe. But I think a guy like Rich Paul, who's been in the industry, I think should be grandfathered in.
Correct. And I think what you were alluding to earlier is, and also the Five-Star podcast talking about too, is in their attempts to maybe limit players who are getting advice from like family members, the uncle who swears he knows how to do contracts and shit like that. They kind of went way to the left or right, however you want to label that. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Definitely something people out there.
I can understand trying to make sure that somebody uncle who played 2 years of community college basketball, you know what I'm saying, and is trying to negotiate multi-million-dollar bills. Shit, like fucking, I don't know, maybe is this, I don't know if he got a degree or not. This might be targeted at fucking the other Triple B, Big Baller Brain.
It might be. Because what was that? Earlier this year, found out that his homeboy stole that money from his son and him.
No, I didn't hear about that. What's that about?
Yeah, I think they, one of the guys who was a partner with the Triple B thing, it was a couple million.
Wow.
I can look it up and put it off in the chat group, but yeah, definitely, I can put it off like in side notes. I can find the articles and put it up for links in the podcast notes for side notes. But yeah, there was, I forget his name, but yeah, there was, I think that caused some tension between him and his pops, but what's old boy that played for LA? His older son.
Don't nobody play for LA?
Well, he used to play for LA.
New Orleans.
New Orleans now, yeah, my bad, yeah. You know, I ain't up on the NBA as I should be, but yeah, play for New Orleans now. Yeah,
is that Lonzo?
Yeah, Lonzo. There we go. They had a business partner, and he stole a couple of million from Lonzo. Ooh. It was found out after the fact.
Yeah, I think it was like he stole. There was like 1.5 million.
Yeah, I'm about to say it was under 5.
But I think Alonzo's suing him for about 2 million. I think.
I knew it was under 5 more than 1, but it was a meal in there.
Mm-hmm. I'm looking at it now. Here it is. Yeah, 1.5 million stolen from him by Big Baller Brand's co-founder.
I forget.
Alan Foster.
There we go. I forgot his name. I know he was a co-partner with Big Baller Brand. I knew that much.
And came up missing.
Yep.
And now
I think he was. Well, what it came out to be, he was making all these like small withdrawals that went unnoticed, and then he made a big withdrawal that went noticed, and then they did some back search and come to find out, like what James said, like it was like 1.5 million overall that got stolen. Yeah, he got greedy and couldn't produce any receipts or invoices for those expenses. Yep, because it was like over a couple. So from the time it came into a couple years, that Big Baller Brand came up, he was making these little deposits, And then I forgot what the amount was. Very large. I mean, deposit withdrawals. A very large withdrawal that he took. They kind of turned the lights on, and they went back. Yeah, dog. Where all this money been? What you doing with this money?
Oh man, this dude was in prison for money laundering.
Yeah, that's the matter of fact, send me that. Send that in the chat group we put on the show. Yeah, that was the other story too.
So the nigga who co-founded Big Baller Brand had already been to prison for money laundering.
He had just got a job for money laundering.
Yep, but he was old boy.
Yeah, that nigga need a bachelor's degree in an interview in Indianapolis, bro. Yeah, he don't need to be talking to these fucking kids, man.
Yeah, I didn't realize that Rich Paul represents. I knew LeBron and Anthony Davis, Draymond, John Wall, Ben Simmons.
He's doing the big. Rich Paul is.
And he first round picked Darius Garland and Darius Bazell, whatever you pronounce that nigga's name. Ooh.
Because LeBron be helping him out.
Yeah, I know he do.
In the word form, he can be like, I got LeBron. Don't you want to be with the Saint Supreme LeBron? That's a great endorsement.
True.
Yeah, them little web series LeBron has done, because Draymond Green shows up on those all the time.
Yeah, the barbershop shit.
The barbershop shit.
Yeah. I don't know what it's called, but it's a little barbershop talk show.
The Shop or something, man.
Yeah,
something like that. So I mean, that's got to be related to that connection. So.
Oh yeah.
But this kind of echoes like the thing that Walmart did. Like we have a shooting at one of our stores. We're going to take down the violent video games, but still sell guns. So we're going to take down the agents that may or may not be stealing from the students, but we're not going to take down the coaches and all the other side of it, all the AAU coaches that are tied in all this shit.
Yeah, one thing at a time. One thing at a time.
Okay.
I think what the Young Turks had basically come to the conclusion of was that in this process, I guess this is in the exploratory realm. If you want to talk to these people who are exploring whether or not they should jump, you have to go through this process. But if Rich Paul is somebody who's
somebody wants to choose Rich Paul, the NCAA cannot stop them.
Okay.
And they just jump.
So you have to actually, if you declare for the draft, not if you're not someone who is
like if you've declared, not because now they let them do it, because it used to be if you said I want to be in the draft, that was it.
They
now
changed the rules.
You can explore test the waters, and then if you don't take on an agent, you can come back.
Yeah, you can say, okay, I'm going in the 4th round. Fuck that, I'm going back to college. I know that. Well, that makes sense then if it's that way. But then you just I get it. I don't know, but does it fix the problem though? And it don't.
Yeah, that's what I'm
talking about. It doesn't fix the high level of corruption that goes on through not
right,
just
because
basketball, but football.
Because you have a degree
sports.
doesn't mean that you're ethical.
Yeah, I mean we just dealing with the what was it this year where they had all the rich people who had their kids on fake college teams so they can get admission to schools and paying them off.
Yeah, from Full House.
Oh yeah.
I mean, so basically, you pay a lacrosse coach or a row coach to say my kid is on the team, even though they ain't ever came to a fucking practice. They can get into your school. I mean, NCAA ain't got more time to look at that too. Whatever, man. Whatever. All right. I don't think we can say anything.
You got to hold the brown man down, man. You got to keep them niggers in shape. You can't have them out here making decisions and having autonomy and shit. Fuck that shit. Put a rope around their neck and get on horseback and walk their ass to the square.
Shit, these niggas just want to dunk a basketball and make a little bit of money, dog. That's all they want to do, bro. Let me see.
It's a problem. They don't appreciate the free education we're giving them.
That's what's fucking me up, though. Only basketball must adhere to the new NCAA mandate. Because, of course, on the NFL side, they don't have that luxury of saying, I'm going to test the waters of the NFL draft.
Right, so they don't feel like they need to.
And that's what's weird, though. All these different rules.
I think, where else do you need this besides basketball?
I mean, I think there are a few people in the collegiate realms of like football who could. I mean, just as far as like exploring the draft.
I'm saying, but they're not allowed. If football was allowed,
no, that's I'm on.
And I will see why they might do this.
Yeah, I'm on the other side of it, like
too.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm on the other side of like, it's the NCAA, but they have different rules with different sports, which seems weird to me. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know. Baseball, they draft high schoolers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Different rules, different sports.
And then if they decide not to go in, it's like even if you get drafted and you decide, nah, that's in a good situation, I can go back to college, then you can get drafted again as a junior. And if you go in your junior year and you don't feel like that situation's good, I guess you can come back your senior year. So, like, I'm sure that you got agents who are contacting them.
Yeah, but that's my bigger problem, though, is different rules for different sports.
Yeah. And then, like, with track, motherfuckers are likely to go pro at any minute. You know what I'm saying? They just, nigga, fuck this class. I'm going pro.
Yep.
And just tomorrow be a professional athlete. You know what I'm saying? I don't like economics.
Nigga, I run unhumanly fast. I'll see y'all next year.
I don't know if there's the same kind of. I don't know, but do they get like track athletes get agents like that?
Yeah, you get agents, nigga. You a pro, you get agents.
I'm not saying they don't have agents, but I'm saying is it the. It doesn't seem like the revenue is high, that high.
The revenue is not as high, but it's still. Are we talking about the degree? Are we talking about the amount of money they're making? Or are we talking about the impropriety of people coming in about like, uneducated and telling them to make decisions that are not?
I'm saying like the stakes as high.
Nigga, the stake is your education.
Yeah.
Motherfuckers go pro in track. Look, people go pro in track. And then they spend a year out there. They're not running as fast as they would.
About the agents having degrees, not the players.
I'm talking about the fucking people who are advising these athletes.
That's the agent.
But wait a minute. But do they test the waters and all that sort of thing in track?
Dude, nigga, don't you test the waters when you trying to get a fucking IT job? And you're gonna do some research. And you're gonna do some research and figure out, hey, what's going on with your company, or you know what I'm saying? If I'm going pro in track, I'm probably either gonna get signed by Nike, Adidas, maybe New Balance, and then maybe some foreign shit like Puma or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So they're trying to explore which there's a bidding process for who's going to sign this athlete. You know what I'm saying? What shoe company they're gonna be signed to. And so there's going to be an agent who's going to walk them through that process and set up meetings and kind of negotiate, an asking price, that type of thing. So yeah, they have advisors just like anybody else does.
Yeah, but I think the question remains: are they like with basketball? Are they allowed to come back?
Because this isn't them choosing. This is what agents can talk to them when they're exploring. This is what this is, right?
Right, but my problem.
Okay, that's why it's a little.
This is what I'm saying. It's because in the NBA there's a date we all know when people are gonna go pro, and that's the NBA draft. In college, you can go pro any fucking time you want to. I mean, track, you can go pro anytime you want to. Yeah. And so at some point you had to contact somebody who said, yeah, this is a viable option. So somebody is advising these people.
Yeah, I think if it was more visible, then maybe they would do it. I think this. Because part of this, I think, is got to be PR too.
Yeah, well, I think track is a bad example because, as Joe's pointing out, you can go pro anytime. I think for the big
there's no like restrictions.
Right, and so back to my point of saying that
the thing about like basketball's always had these weird. They go back and forth and they got like weird rules and stuff like that when
but I'm saying, but why are there
coming in and out?
Why are there different rules for different sports that are governed by the same body, which is the NCAA?
But I think that the professional leagues that they deal with also influence what those rules are.
I think they influence it, but at the same point in time is the NBA, the NFL, and the Major League Baseball organization do not have to draft these players. So once again, why does the NCAA have different rules for different sports? Why in the NBA am I allowed to probe the draft? And if I ain't gonna get picked high enough,
what I'm saying is I think that the NBA sets the rules.
I know. I hear what you're saying. All I'm saying is the NCAA should have a broad rule that says if you want to test the waters, you can come back.
Because if the NBA wants it one way and the NFL wants it another way, the NCAA ain't gonna tell them, nah, we got one set rules because those are the people that help.
I'm saying the NCAA say you can come back if you're not drafted. Why can't the NCAA say for a college football player, yeah, you can go test the waters, and if you don't feel happy about that where you're gonna get selected, you can come back and play. I don't know. That's all I'm saying.
But they already. But that is not even. Yeah, it don't even work like that though, because don't they have to do 2 or 3 years or whatever it is, and there's no exploratory program in football.
You have to do 2 years.
Right.
Yeah, and once again, there is no exploratory program.
And I think that it's probably something that the NFL wants and not necessarily what the NCAA wants.
And once again, I'm saying
wait, hold on. You got to do 2 years in football? I thought you had to be 3 years removed from high school. It may be 2 years. People might leave after they sophomore season, but it's like a redshirt sophomore season.
I think you have to. I think it's like so many years in a certain age. I forget, was it?
Yeah, I think it's age.
Because that's kind of like what, because NBA is a little bit something like that.
Well, NBA's one and done.
Like a year removed from school.
You have to be 19.
College or something along those lines.
It's like a year removed from school in the age of
football,
19.
I'm pretty sure it's like 3 years removed, where to the point, these guys, if they're ready to go, I don't know if there's a whole lot more development they're going to get. I don't know.
Who was the cat from Ohio State that tried to break that rule?
Was that McGahee?
No, it wasn't McGahee.
No, from Ohio State.
McGahee was Miami. He fucked his leg up.
Yeah.
You talking about
playing Ohio State? Yeah.
He like left after his freshman year and tried to.
He had all like them fucking kids and shit. Hold up.
Well, he was doing that nigga. I forget his name, but I know he had all this
he
fucking.
He ended up getting arrested. He had like cocaine, weed, and
cocaine. He was dealing with. He was doing all these Armenians and all kind of crazy shit. Yeah, he had a whole bunch of shit going on, bro. Damn, what's his name?
Maurice.
Clinton Portis?
No, he keep naming Miami.
Clarence.
Maurice something.
Clarence. Yeah, something with a C. I believe
Clarence.
Correct. There we go. Yeah.
Correct. That's what I'm thinking about. Because he tried to buck that rule and that didn't quite work out for him. He had to wait.
Yeah, but.
Because it was going bad for him.
I get that. I get the NFL and NBA dictate things. All I'm saying is they shouldn't. That's it. That's all.
A lot of shit that shouldn't be.
I know.
Well, I think the NBA controls shit that they control, but the NCAA also controls.
Yeah, they allow it.
Once you pass the threshold, that's on the NBA, but up until that threshold, that's on the NCAA.
Yeah, that's all I'm saying.
But I'm saying that
so what they're saying
if threshold.
If you have declared for the draft, but you have not hired an agent, you are still eligible for the draft. So therefore, you're not under the purview of the NBA yet because you have not become a professional yet. And so while you're still in quote unquote amateurism, which you know how foolish that is in this day and age, while you still claiming to be in amateurism, they're trying to set a bar for what you should have to do to maintain your amateurism.
Yeah, but as far as
the NBA knows that they're gonna see them cats, and I'm sure they have something to say about how that goes.
Yeah. I'm saying, but the NCAA, as far as football goes, you can't even declare for the draft as an amateur.
Yeah, ain't no test award.
You're probably right.
That's all I'm saying. Right. That's all I'm saying. Different rules for different sports by the same organizing body. Whereas
NCAA, one thing, NCAA ain't never been accused of being consistent or anything.
No, I get that. We're all, we're like, you're like stating the obvious. All I'm saying is pointing out that it's asinine. That's it. That's all that we're going to fix.
Oh, well, the NCAA in general is pretty asinine.
Yeah, like we're going to fix the corruption by shaming.
Way too much power, way too much influence. Yeah.
Yeah, but we shown time and time again, like you just pointed out, they don't have that much power. Because they're governed by the 3 major leagues.
Well, they still have power, but they implement.
They got.
It may be proxy, power by proxy, but they have power.
They have a little bit of power.
I don't know if it's a little bit.
Yeah, they punish small schools while the big schools get away with murder.
Sports in a way that nobody else does.
They what?
They influence college sports in a way that nobody else does.
I get that, but I'm saying, but at the same point in time, they influence college sports by shaming and fucking bastardizing smaller schools while allowing larger schools to get away with murder.
That's right. They fucking take away Mizzou's bowl appearances.
Yeah. That's power. Isn't that power? Isn't that
no, it's not power. That's just stepping on someone small.
But they have the power to do it though. Mizzou can't say, well, we don't accept that. We're not going to abide by that.
They appealed it. But once again, I'm saying if you had true power, you would go in and step in and actually put in and strip large schools that have many violations, like a fucking.
You're saying that they abuse their power more than anything else, which I totally agree with. But to say they don't have power is not right.
I don't think they have power. They have no real power.
I think they absolutely have real power.
They're the fucking Wizard of Oz, bro.
But when they take those bowl games away and take those playoff appearances away, they take money away from colleges, right?
From smaller schools.
If they can affect your revenue stream by millions of dollars,
hey, bro, when they strip Alabama, then I'll say they have some real fucking power. When they strip Auburn, when they strip fucking Clemson, when they strip KU, when they strip fucking North Carolina, then I'll say they have some real fucking power, bro. Then I'll say they got power.
I don't think
that's power to me. You're saying they got the power to do what's right. They got the power to do what's right, or they got the power to
wield their power. Not if they actually have power. I'd agree with you that the way they wield power is inconsistent.
We're not going to agree, bro. They don't have no power.
Cases, but they actually
to take a bowl game from fucking Akron University ain't power to me.
They've hit bigger schools.
Who?
They've shut down programs.
Who?
Ask SMU.
When was that? Like in 1980?
But they did it though.
1980?
Yeah, but they never recovered.
They never recovered. But Alabama, who we know, probably doing something. And then even with what is it with USC? They just stripped them. They just stripped one player. They went after a player, bruh. Not after the fucking institution they should have went after. They went after a player. That's not power to me.
When are we talking about?
With what's his name? The one the Heisman. And they asked him to return it.
Reggie Bush?
Yeah.
How about that? I don't know.
Dude, USC never recovered from that. They still struggling.
Yeah, I felt like they got hit relatively.
Yeah, they did get hit.
What they take from them?
They ain't been the same since.
What they take from them besides Reggie Bush?
Dude, they hit them with sanctions and everything else. They lost revenue. They lost bowl games. They lost recruits.
Yeah, they couldn't go to bowl games, and they really have not recovered, man.
No.
Because they were a fucking powerhouse.
You need to look at that again.
I look at it again, but they hit them up when they was in the down year already, though.
Well, you can say how you want to say.
I say I want to say though. They weren't a prominent powerhouse when they hit them up.
I'm gonna say this, and then
Reggie Bush played in the fucking national championship game. What are you talking about?
I'm saying, but after the fact they hit him up, what are they doing?
When the shit was coming down, the coach got the fuck out of town.
Yeah, they knew it was coming. That's why he left.
Okay,
bruh. They abuse their power, but the fact to say they don't have power is not true. They have a lot of power. They can just because they don't use it the way you think is appropriate, the way I think is appropriate, doesn't mean that they don't have it and they don't use it, because they do. That's all I'm saying.
So 2004, 2005. And it was banned. So 2004, 2005 is when they had to vacate. So they waited till 5 years, 6 years later to hit him up?
I don't know what we're talking about.
We're talking about the whole punishment as far as Reggie Bush.
That shit came down immediately. I don't know what the vacation of titles, but I'm saying to you,
it didn't come down immediately.
I know the coach got out of there like next year.
All I'm saying is.
And they fucking had. I'm sure they had the.
But
in 2004, 2005 was when they went to the championship game. In June 2011 is when the charges came down.
I know they took away bowl games. When they take away bowl games from you,
they took scholarships too.
Yeah, all I'm saying is
they took 30 scholarships over 3 years. Come on, man! Don't tell me that don't hurt programs.
It hurts programs, but all I'm saying is USC wasn't a powerhouse at that point in time anyway.
Give me the timeline. So when were the scholarships taken?
So I'm saying, give them the timeline. 2004 Nice championship season, as far as the win 2005. But
so 2005 bowl game where they lost in the Rose Bowl to Benson them from Texas.
I feel that all this came down in but this was handed down.
When did the investigation happen? Because it didn't happen.
This was handed down in 2011.
Right. So how you talk? I mean, what are you talking about?
Okay.
Dude, I feel like
what's going on there?
I feel like there was something going on prior. When did old boy leave for Seattle?
Who?
The coach.
So let's look now. Let's look up. So we got that. So then we can look up seasons after 2005.
What's Seattle's coach's name?
I forget his name. Pete Carroll.
Pete Carroll. Let me see when he came up. When he became the coach for them. Somebody gotta say something about something.
I don't know. We just listening. Everybody just we just talking.
He's out here doing research.
We're doing a little research. So see,
2009 looks like when he left.
So see, they got vacated.
Just before the investigation came down.
Yeah, I know. So there's no. So Pete Carroll left. It seems like he left in 2009 because Lane Kiffin's the coach in 2010. Let me see this overall.
So right before the investigation was warming up, and he got out of there before the investigation hit.
Yeah. So, but there was a downtrend in wins anyway. So actually, it was 7-2, 8-1, 5-4, 5-4. Well, 5-4 his last year in 2009. 5-4 with Lane Kiffin. And then Lane Kiffin was 7-2. And really, I mean, 5-4, 6-3.
What was it before? What was you said? Pete Carroll's last 3 years.
Pete Carroll last year 7-2, 7-2, 8-1, 5-4. Actually, well, wait a minute. This is overall.
You act like they was just trash.
I'm not saying they just trash, bro. But also, but I'm looking at after. Hold on. But you said it affects them so greatly. So 2011, they're 10-2.
10-2 was an national that was back in the day. So that's
2011, 10-2. 2012, 7-6. 2013. They got 10-4, 2014, 9-4, 8-6, 10-3. Y'all said they were greatly affected.
Nigga, that's when the fucking you said what? 2012. You said the investigation started in 11, right?
But y'all said they were devastated. I was expecting some 5 and it wasn't until 2018 they had. It wasn't until 2000. It wasn't until 2018 they had their first. They had their first 2018. They had their first sub 8-win season.
But USC was an elite program.
I feel you. So 11-2, and then 2016 they 10-3.
Part of it is not just quick look at just some records. Part of it is the stench of that on a program.
They were elite programs. Let me see. 1996, 6-6. 1997, 6-5. 98, 8-5. 99, 6-6. 2000, 5-7. 2001, 6-6. Not until Pete Carroll came along, they had their first 8+ win season.
Yeah, they were elite under Pete Carroll.
I know. I'm saying, but y'all like this. I'm trying. 1991, 3-8.
Why are we going?
I'm just saying. Y'all. I thought they were gonna have all these seasons.
Okay, you want me to clarify? Let me clarify. During the Pete Carroll era, they were an elite program. Okay. Once the investigation came down and they got hit with the sanctions, they were not anymore.
They were not anymore.
Because Pete Carroll probably would have stayed if this wasn't to happen. You can't act like that doesn't affect the program.
Even though let's say they had, let me say, Lane Kiffin had.
That's winning you national championships and getting you there leaves. And you get hit with sanctions, that doesn't hurt a program?
I didn't say they didn't hurt a program, but I'm saying, but they had 10-4 season. They had 10-4 season after they got hit with the sanctions.
I don't know. All I'm saying is it ain't like Alabama was an elite program before old boy got there too, man.
It wasn't.
It was not an elite program.
They went through about 25 years of not being elite before he got there.
Okay.
I remember they won in like 93 or something like that.
Yeah, that was a fluke.
Yeah, and they were complete underdogs in that, yeah.
Right.
It was probably another 25 years before that, you know what I'm saying? So
since the Bear Bryant era.
Yeah, so it's not the school, it's the coach and the organization. So when the heat came down and the coach got the fuck out the way, USC went back to being average.
Okay.
If they would do that to Alabama would instantly become fucking Kentucky.
In their respective conference division, after Pete Carroll left, they have been, except for this last 2018, they have never been nothing but second in their division.
But when Pete Carroll was there, they didn't finish second. They finished first.
They were still first.
And they won. And they
were
won.
first in 2015. They were first in 2017.
Orange Bowl.
And actually, after Pete Carroll left, they were still after Pete Carroll left, they were first. They were first also.
Come on, man.
I'm just saying. You keep it real. I'm keeping numbers, dog. Yeah, y'all said they was devastated. They still coming up first and second in their division.
In their division, nigga. How about in the fucking conference?
Right.
Let's see. Cotton Bowl, Rose Bowl.
Winning the conference.
Cotton Bowl, Rose Bowl for the 2016-2017.
Nigga, shit, you act like there's real football played in the Pac-12 anyway.
Now let's just move the goalpost to the fucking rugby field. I like it.
Nigga, look, you and I can coach a team, and we could be fucking Colorado and Utah, nigga.
Probably.
Fucking. When was the last time Arizona was good, nigga? Arizona State, nigga.
Dude, after
92,
after Pete Carroll and dude from Oregon and some of them other cats left. Yeah, the Pac-12, it took a big hit right around that time. The whole conference really took a hit because cats started bailing out for not just for that, but for other reasons, you know.
So in 2017, did Penn State's up?
Penn State? What are you talking about? They in the Big Ten. What are you talking about?
Well, that's what they played in the Rose Bowl.
Sandusky or something? I don't know what we're talking about.
That's what they played in the Rose Bowl. That's what I'm asking. In 2017, the Penn State's up.
What they got to do with anything?
Because you said there's no real. Back to Joe's thing. There's no real football in the Pac-10. Pac-12 now, I guess.
I can't, for the life of me, tell you anything. Like, if you had a gun to my head and asked me if Penn State was good in 2017, you might as well pull the trigger.
They were 11. They were 11-12 overall. 11-2 overall in the Big Ten.
Okay.
And Penn State
what does that prove?
And the Trojans beat them 52-49 in the Rose Bowl.
Okay. Congratulations to that.
All right.
I'm just saying, man. I just want to know. I just want to know. I guess the Big Ten ain't got real football either.
Wait a minute. We're in a whole different era now. If you don't make the playoff, then it don't matter what bowl you go to.
I don't go by that because what? Come on, nigga. Come on, now. You talk about context because the playoff determines by what's your preseason ranking also. So what I'm saying,
none of these two made it to the playoffs. So what?
I don't go, but I don't adhere to that though because your preseason ranking greatly influences if you'll be in the college football playoff or not. Because it's not a true playoff. Come on, man.
Oh, you come on.
You come on, man, because Division II's already showed us the way of a true college playoff, but we refuse to follow it in Division I.
Look, I'm not arguing the merits of it.
I'm just saying you can't say they didn't make the college playoff, but we also know the college playoff is ready to turn by. If you're in the top 10 or 15 preseason, you're more likely to be. Actually, if you're in the top 10 in the preseason, you're more likely to be in the college football playoff. That shouldn't happen that way.
Like I said, I'm not arguing the merits of it.
But you brought it up.
I'm telling you the reality.
But you brought it up. But I said I don't adhere to that.
Don't make the playoffs. Everything after your conference season is an exhibition.
Yeah, I don't agree to that. But okay.
What? So you can win a championship if you're not playing in the. You win a national championship if you don't play in the playoffs?
Come on,
motherfuckers constantly.
We've had many talks off the record, dog, where it's not a true national championship.
Can you win the national championship?
And I know we on the air, but we've had numerous talks off the air where it's not a true national championship because it's not a true playoff.
You don't want to answer the question?
I don't agree with the national playoff. It's a good game.
Here's what I want to know, Rodger. Here's what I want to know. What I want to know. You brought up the Penn State thing. Can you tell me beyond a shadow of a doubt that everybody who was a scholarship player at Penn State played in that bowl game? Because half the time these motherfuckers say, I don't want to play because I'm getting ready to go pro. So I'm going to sit out because I don't want to risk injury in this bowl game.
That goes the same for you. That goes the same for USC.
If that ain't exhibition, I don't know what is.
Like Fournette.
But hold on, that goes the same for USC. But hold on, there have been other players in the national game that said I ain't playing.
But the argument is it an exhibition? If USC players and Penn State players are decided to sit out the game,
your question,
that's
and it's
textbook of an exhibition.
But going by your question, then it's all exhibition because there have been numerous instances where even people who are playing for the national championship say I'm not playing.
When?
Let's find one for you.
I don't know when the fuck that's happened.
Dude, you need to find that one because I'm not buying that one.
Not at all.
Not at all. Right, exactly. Because now you just making stuff up. And I don't want nothing because they mama died or nothing either.
Well,
I'm talking about
it, right? You said they
right?
Hey,
that was a fucking Trump statement. He was like, hey, man, people all the time, they're sitting out of bowl games, man. They're sitting out of the national championship game.
People tell me.
But hold on.
People telling me all the time.
But hold on.
Lots of people, they're sitting out of the national championship game.
But your thing was if the best player's not playing, right?
No, I said the best player has decided not to play because they're getting ready to go
suspended. Don't even try it.
I'm saying they're not playing.
Nigga.
They're not playing.
Look at that. Look at that statement.
I'm done.
I said sit out.
That's it. I'm out.
Y'all been moving the goalpost all night, though.
Come on, Fox News. Come on, Fox News.
Okay, man.
For real. I'm ready to wrap it up.
Fox Sports Midwest out here, nigga.
Come on, y'all niggas. y'all niggas Fox East then, because y'all went from USC was trash. After that, they're like, well, wait a minute now. Okay, well, I was saying they wasn't first, second. Come on now, y'all moved the goalposts.
Okay, man.
Cause y'all said they was trash. They never recovered. But like, oh, they coming in first. Well, it's not the same because the Pac-12 don't play real football. Wait a minute. They won the Rose Bowl. Oh, wait a minute. They wasn't playing everybody, was they?
Pac-12 plays fine football,
say, Rodger. Come on, man.
No, whatever y'all say. Y'all right. The NCAA is the true powerhouse. They are just in all their punishments. There we go. They are just in all their punishments.
You are correct.
Y'all correct.
SEC. You're right.
Y'all correct. Y'all correct about it all. The NCAA is a true powerhouse. They wield their hammer justly and with all the power and might that they have.
I don't think anybody suggests.
I made that point several times.
I think people said the opposite of justly.
I said that at least twice.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, Saquon. I don't know
because I knew you were going to say that. That's why I made sure I made that point.
Would you say Saquon Barkley's a pretty good player?
Fox Sports KC, man.
Would you say Saquon Barkley's a pretty good player? Or their starting quarterback Sam Darnold's a pretty good player?
Saquon Barkley. I know the name, but I can't call who he is.
He's the Giants running back.
Oh yeah, the running back.
Yeah, he played. Is Sam Darnold their starting quarterback? Is he pretty good?
Who's starting quarterback
for USC? I'm saying all the top players are there. Is Juju Smith-Schuster? Is he pretty good?
Is one player making a team?
Oh, that number 1 draft pick?
Doesn't it take 22 starters?
Now it's all 22. Okay, I'm just saying. You said some of their best players might be sitting out.
You check out a fucking Alabama team, and you look at their roster. I bet you every motherfucker on their starting lineup get drafted.
I'm just saying.
If it ain't this year, it'll be next year.
We keep changing the rules. I was just making sure that they top players was there. That's all I was doing.
Once again, this is not a playoff game you're looking at.
So what?
It's not a playoff game that you're looking at.
Okay, but once again,
it's a playoff game. That's what we're talking about.
Once again, the playoffs are dictated by what? The playoffs are dictated by what? So I answered your question. So the playoffs are dictated by what? Preseason sitting. So a team that goes undefeated because they're not in the right conference and they're not in the top 10. Should they be in the college football playoffs?
You're arguing a point that's not being argued.
Yes, it is, because you're saying they didn't make
undefeated.
Huh?
Bro, if Kansas goes undefeated, they've been asked for the last, decade. But if they go undefeated, nigga, they going to end up in the playoff.
Because they're also in a Power 5. They're also in a Power 5 conference.
Then there it is. Then you said it's based on where they started. You could start at the bottom, but if you put a Power 5,
but they're not going. But come on, bro. Kansas is not going to be.
Where the goalpost now, nigga? They on the baseball field?
But come on, dog. Kansas goes undefeated, they're not going to be in the top 10 at the end of the season.
Nigga, we watched it. We watched it in 2008. I just said it in 2008. We watched it.
They were top 5.
Yeah, and we
were number 1.
And we were number 1 and lost the game.
They were 1-1 for a minute. That's true.
Yeah.
Who?
Kansas.
Yeah, you were. Yeah, they were.
And so were we.
Well, nigga, we not arguing that. We arguing about a team that has historically not been a football powerhouse.
This dude keeps shifting the argument.
Well, no, I'm not talking about a school that you talk about. I'm speaking specifically UFC, which is a powerhouse in their conference. They can't make a college football playoff. Let's talk about that specifically, not just make some erroneous argument that you just made up. UFC, which has had several.
What the fuck is UFC, nigga? We got fucking John Bones Jones out here playing football. What are we talking about, man?
We're talking about an undefeated team. They can't get to the college football playoff.
We're not talking about MMA, nigga.
Okay, man.
You mean USC, nigga?
USC,
Southern California.
No. University of Florida Central. Or UCF. Sorry.
Yeah. Nigga, what the fuck we talking about, nigga? UCF?
My bad, bro.
All right, what is UCF then? All right, let's talk about UCF now.
I'm just saying, dog. A team that went okay. Y'all win,
They
bro.
went undefeated. Nigga, who they play? Fucking Mid-American Nazarene?
Yeah, bro. Because once again, like I said, back to my original point of saying division.
El Paso A&M.
If you had a true playoff, this wouldn't be a problem.
Idaho A&T.
If you had a true playoff, this wouldn't be a problem.
Nigga, fucking Battarat, nigga.
I don't know. They play more powerhouses than Kansas football does.
Right,
though.
business school.
They play stronger teams than Kansas does, though. I know that.
Oh man, Kansas plays fucking K-State. They play fucking
K-State been
They play
balling.
Oklahoma.
Yeah, they play in Power 5 conference. So
yeah.
I don't know what to say, man. I don't know what to say about that.
yeah. All right, I'm for real. I gotta go.
UCF number 17 chases another perfect season.
Yeah. Perfectly disappointing. Anyway, we need a new sign-off. We're not doing the whole the music thing. We can't do that no more. We gotta come up with a new sign-off.
I don't know.
What you got, James? What's the new sign-off?
I don't know. I wasn't prepared for that.
Damn.
I didn't know that was in the curriculum requirement.
Excuse me.
Tell niggas to enjoy the baguette.
Bag.
What kind of bread? What? That's what I got. Fucking bread, nigga. We brothers, we breaking bread. I'm trying to figure out some bread.
Enjoy the baguette.
Bread. Say your prayers, eating vitamins. Breaking bread with my brothers. Clanging and banging.
Hey, brothers. Brothers.
Something like that. Right. Say your prayers, eat your vitamins. That sounds all right. Go.
Work out, say your prayers, eat your vitamins, and break bread with your brothers whenever possible.
What?
Most definitely. I guess if it's brothers breaking bread, it gotta be cornbread, right?
Oh, Wonder Bread.
Yeah. I don't know about Wonder Bread. I like cornbread.
You gonna eat your cornbread? Oh man.
Yeah, man.
All right, man. So
I don't know how that goes.
Beautiful episode.
So what?
Been a beautiful episode.
All right, yeah. Come on, Rodger, quit holding us hostage.
Me hold y'all niggas hang up.
You're the showrunner. You supposed to wrap us up.
How am I? We need some changes around this motherfucker. Then I'm just playing.
Nigga, it's episode 1. Let's set the doors, nigga.
If you gonna be in charge, be in charge.
How am I in charge? You niggas just running wild.
You are in charge.
I guess.
You push record and unrecord.
Exactly. There's responsibility that goes along with that, brother.
Okay. Well, let me send y'all the programs and y'all can push record. Ain't nothing but a simple download. Let me send y'all the programs and y'all can push record. Yeah. All right, let's close it out here, man. Thank y'all for your time. Triple B, Brother Breaking Bread podcast. And hey, you gonna eat your cornbread? We out.
Don't burn the toast.
Don't burn the toast. I don't know, nigga. We'll figure something out. We out.
Break bread with your brothers whenever possible.